I've been thinking a lot lately about achieving a state of non-thinking, and the differences between the thinking voice and the talking voice. A distinction needs to be made between the thinking and talking voice, because generally speaking, I say a hell of a lot more stupid things with my talking voice than I do in my thinking voice. And the reason for this difference is that the thinking voice is not bound by words, whereas the talking voice has to use words to communicate ideas. And the problem with this is that the moment you attribute words to an idea, that idea is confined within a linguistic prison cell. It is reduced to what the words themselves mean. When you're thinking, you can conceptualize and visualize things in your head without the use of words. But in order for me to even get this idea across, I'm bound by words. I have to depend on them to even make sense. But really it doesn't make sense, because the difference between the thinking and talking voice is still very great. And I was thinking how much language and words influences our thinking voice. The pure essence of... Okay. Hey! Anyways. It's okay. Come here. It's okay. It's alright. It's okay. Hey, come here. Look, I'm nice. Come here. It's okay, you're okay. Okay. Well. Alright. So the goal here is to achieve a state of non-thinking, which isn't to say to achieve a state similar to that of a plant, but similar in the sense that you're not attached to yourself. Well, just like a plant isn't aware of its own existence, but different from a plant because you are aware of existence, you're aware of your own death, and you can appreciate life because of this. And the disadvantage for the plant, while it doesn't have the fear of death, it also doesn't have any knowledge of it. So it wastes away in its own decay, never being able to appreciate the beauty of its own nature. Whereas us humans, we can appreciate the nature of a plant. The strange thing about all of this is that we often can't appreciate the nature of ourselves, or we attach to selfish ambitions and try to please the more animalistic parts of ourselves just because it's easier. So how does one achieve a state of non-thinking? And like I said earlier, the first step is to detach from words, because every word does oversimplify the essence of the true nature of the things it tries to describe, especially people. The gray, mushy matter behind your eyeballs is the most complex thing, the most complex machinery in the entire known universe. People are the weirdest objects on the earth. We can't be described by words. We can't be put within a linguistic prison cell. Although the brain feels the need to categorize everything because it makes life much more livable if we have categories for things. And the downfall, of course, of this is that it becomes a habit in stereotyping everything. People get bunched into this taxonomy, and when we submit to a stereotype, the true essence of what we are is compromised, and we attribute characteristics of the stereotype we are attached to help define who we are, to make social life more doable, more convenient. And words do serve a very pragmatic purpose. I'm not saying they're useless, they're very necessary. Social life as we know it wouldn't exist without words. But what I'm trying to say is that there is a non-balance between the thinking voice and the talking voice. We've become far too dependent on the talking voice. And the talking voice can't tell you who you are. No one can tell you who you are. Nobody knows except for you. Stephen Hawking doesn't know. Richard Dawkins doesn't know. The Pope doesn't know. The Buddhists, the Christians. Nobody knows. Nobody knows more than you do. And if anyone says they know, then they don't. Because they're using words to tell you that they know. And words don't know. The true essence of anything and everything is far beyond that of words. Words can only describe a small spectrum of the state of reality. Okay? Because they're dependent on human perceptions. A good example of this would be the flat earth theory. If you look around, the earth is very much a flat surface. I mean, it's not a circle, it's not a sphere. But if you change your perspective to outer space, all of a sudden it becomes like this. It isn't like this anymore. It's like this. So which one's true? Well, they're both true, but neither one is true. They're both just a small little speck on the infinite spectrum of truth. And who you are, what you are, can't be described in simplistic terms. Yeah, guess that's all I have to say. That was far too many words.